When WWE released its Q3 financials recently, one of the big talking points was that house shows, or live events if you will, are down. They're not just down, but really, they're barely breaking even. With just $120,000 in profits from these shows running from July through September, WWE even knows that they've got to change something up. Vince McMahon, during this call, he came out and he said, look, I'm aware of the situation. I know they need to change. I know these events are antiquated, but don't worry, because I know what to do to ensure they start to increase. But with all that knowledge in your head, there's no two ways about it. WWE are coming very close to actually losing money on house shows. Why? Here's why. Now, yes, the short answer is less people are going to house shows. So I've said it now. You don't need to go off in the comments and say, well, the answer's very obvious. I've said it. It's out there. There's no going back. And besides, the more interesting stuff is when you look into the inner workings of this, and as ever, it does tie into television. It's long been said that McMahon sees these events as a good barometer as how successful the industry is or how hot things currently are. Now, that's only a half-truth at the moment, given that regardless what happens over the next 12 months or so, in 2018, WWE is about to make more cash than they ever have done because of those brand new TV deals. But it is that audience which usually gives a good indication of what we can expect when we take this shebang out onto the road. And as you know, and as we talk about all the time, television ratings are down, and there are 1,000 different reasons for that, but the easy one, and the one we can stick to for this, is that on Monday and Tuesday nights, less people want to watch wrestling. That naturally is going to have a knock-on effect elsewhere, or in this case, on the house show market. Stats will show us that throughout the years, if TV audiences are up, so will your live event business, and it works vice versa too, meaning if your TV ratings are declining, less people will want to come out and see your shows, and that makes perfect sense. If people aren't even willing to push a button on their TV remote, it's unlikely they're going to put that controller down, get up, put on a Coke, go outside, start their car, drive all the way to the arena, buy some Coke, buy some popcorn, buy whatever, then go take their seat and watch a 3-hour plus wrestling event. And that's not just for wrestling too, that's for all entertainment. If you don't want to go, you don't go, and it's up for whoever is controlling these things to make you want to go. The other issue is lack of star power, and I mean that as literally as I can before you start taking it to mean I think somebody actually has the power of a star. That ain't what I'm saying. Basically, when John Cena used to get advertised for these events, WWE would then see an increase in ticket sales. That's why he was able to stay on top for so long, because he was a draw and he made WWE more money and he got more people into any building. To break it right down, people wanted to see him, which is ironic because he's told us many times he's a man that can't be seen. Thanks. He's not on these loops anymore as he tries to crack Hollywood, and the next name down on this list was the one and only Roman Reigns. Now, he wasn't as big a draw as John Cena was, but he would still make a tiny bit of a difference. Obviously, he won't be on these tours for a while, and as ever, all best wishes to him, but as we are talking about Q3 results, which ran from July through to September, he is still part of this equation because he was doing these shows. So while WWE is still a huge draw in itself, if there's not a guy or a girl on top that really pushes things over the edge, as we can see, the audience isn't willing to make the effort. Finally, we have the most ridiculous reason, but given that we are living in a 2018 world, I actually think it has a lot of merit to it. People en masse have so much content right at their fingertips that it's harder than ever to actually leave your house. I mean, we've got mobile phones, we've got the internet, we've got social media, you've got streaming services. You have access to so much nonsense that sometimes all the effort of actually just going outside is too much. You think, nah, screw that. I'm going to sit on my sofa and I'm not going to do jack shit. You can't stop me. That guy over there can't stop me. That girl over there looking at me can't stop me. No one's going to stop me because I'm a human being. I'm an adult and I make my own choices. Now, I don't see it that way. I like going out and frolicking around, but if that's how you feel, more power to you. That was gibberish, but still, more power to you. The big question throughout all of this is when Vinnie Mac did say he knows what the problem is and he's going to fix it. I mean, that could be one of 1,000 things. Are we going to have more events like Starrcade in 2017, which really is a glorified house show, but gets a more of a whoop bang dally wop because it's meant to feel more special? Are they going to start airing on the network? That worries me a little bit, because we already have so much wrestling content, I don't know if we need any more. Or maybe we just start doing title changes on these live events, and then people that go to Raw and SmackDown think, well, I should go to these other ones too, because maybe I'll see something important. Outside of that, I don't know. It does seem to come down to a simple choice about whether or not, again, you do want to walk outside and go watch some live wrestling. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't just for the non-TV crowd either, because when we talk about TV, every week somebody goes to SmackDown and they tweet me telling me, dude, I was at the Blue Brand on Tuesday night, and not a lot of people were there. They tarped off a lot of the building. I was quite surprised. And yeah, when you talk about Raw, their numbers well, they're down too. So it could be a very interesting year when all things are said and done, but really deep down as fans, we should want things to pick back up, because when they do, that usually makes the TV product more interesting, it makes matches more exciting, and by and large creativity increases, as does attendance, money, and all that other stuff too. As for the end of 2018 though, well, really, WWE isn't where they'd want to be, and that is not going to please the chairman of the board now, is it? No, it is not. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this. Like, share, and subscribe. Head on over to whatculture.com and read yourself more articles, including one about all the stuff I've been talking about, and follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. This was the Why series, and as always, I just want to thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, and I always will.